Welcome to America Current Affairs. Today, we're diving into a story straight out of the Arctic that honestly sounds like a blockbuster movie, but I promise you, it is all too real. We're talking about a high-stakes standoff that could literally change the map of the world. So let's just start with the question that is on everyone's mind. Why on earth are European troops squaring off against the United States? And not just anywhere, but in the Arctic. I mean, these are supposed to be our closest friends, right? Fellow NATO members. It seems impossible. So how did we even get to this point?
Well, it all comes down to one absolutely stunning demand from the United States: to buy Greenland. Yeah, what started out as a kind of bizarre idea that most people just left off has now blown up into a full-blown international crisis. The current Trump administration has made getting Greenland a top priority. And you know, the wild thing is, this isn't some brand new idea. The US has been eyeing Greenland for over 150 years. It's always been about its incredible strategic location. I mean, think about it. It's perfect for missile defense, it's sitting on a treasure trove of untapped resources, and it controls the new shipping routes opening up in the Arctic. But what used to be a quiet behind-the-scenes question has now turned into a very loud, very public, and relentless demand. This quote right here tells you everything you need to know. For President Trump, this isn't about partnership or military agreements. It's about ownership. It's about total control. And that one simple idea, that psychological need for success, is what has turned a strange real estate proposal into a dangerous global confrontation. So how did Greenland and Denmark, who helps govern the island, react to all this pressure? Well, let's just say they weren't exactly impressed. Their answer from the very beginning has been united, firm, and absolutely crystal clear. The Danish Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, really set the tone right out of the gate. She called it an absurd discussion. And you gotta understand, this wasn't some kind of negotiation tactic. It was a complete and total shutdown. She was basically saying the whole idea was so ridiculous, it wasn't even worth talking about. And the people of Greenland? Oh, they couldn't have agreed more. They poured into the streets, carrying signs with messages that left zero room for confusion. We are not for sale. No means no. This wasn't just a protest. It was a powerful statement about who they are. They're a people with a culture, a history, and a home, not a piece of property to be bought and sold. So what happened was pretty interesting. The American strategy might have been designed to split Greenland and Denmark apart, but it actually did the exact opposite. It backfired big time. Faced with this incredible pressure, Greenland's prime minister made it perfectly clear: we choose Denmark. It pushed them closer together, united against this outside demand. But when the US wouldn't take no for an answer, well, this is where the story takes a much darker turn. The United States didn't just give up, it switched up its game plan. The friendly offers stopped, and a new kind of pressure began, something experts are calling a hybrid war. So what in the world is hybrid warfare? Okay, think of it like this. It's a war fought without firing a single shot. Instead of tanks and soldiers, you use weapons of influence, like fake news, social media campaigns, and intense political pressure. The goal is to get your opponent to basically crumble from the inside out. And things escalated fast. I mean, really fast. It started in August 2025 with these influence operations. By December, it had gotten so serious that Denmark, a NATO ally, officially called the United States a national security threat. Just let that sink in for a second. An ally. Then by January of this year, the threats came out into the open, with the White House saying military action was an option and even threatening to take Greenland the hard way. And some of the tactics used on the ground were just bizarre. There were reports of American influencers literally walking down the streets in Greenland's capital, Nuuk, just handing out dollar bills to people. It was this clumsy, blatant attempt to, well, quite literally buy people's loyalty. All this pressure, all these threats, it all led to the most dramatic moment in this story yet. Because across Europe, other nations were watching, and they decided they couldn't just sit back and let this happen to one of their friends. They decided it was time to act. And then, in a move that nobody saw coming, European military forces started to arrive in Greenland. Now, let's be perfectly clear, this was not an invasion. It was a massive show of support, of solidarity. Suddenly, the flags of France, Germany, the UK, and more started appearing on the island. They were sending a crystal clear message to Washington: Denmark and Greenland are not alone. This mission, they're calling it Operation Arctic Endurance, is a real coalition of the willing. You've got France sending their elite mountain infantry. Germany's got reconnaissance teams on the ground. The UK, Sweden, Norway, they're all sending people. And look, while the number of actual troops might be small, the political message is absolutely huge. It's not about the number of soldiers, it's about the number of flags standing together. And the Danish Prime Minister summed it up perfectly. This stopped being just about the United States and Denmark. Now, the stability of the entire Arctic region, and really, the security of all of Europe, is wrapped up in what happens to Greenland. Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of them all. What does all of this mean for NATO, the most successful military alliance in history? What's really, truly at stake here is the future of NATO itself. Think about NATO like this. It's a group of friends who all promise to have each other's back. You know, if a bully tries to pick on one of them, all the other friends will step in to help. But what happens when the bully is one of the friends in the group? That is the impossible, crazy situation the alliance is in right now. The entire world is watching because NATO is at a fork in the road. Down one path, the alliance sticks together, it defends its members, and it protects international law. But down the other path, a hostile move by the US completely shatters that trust, and the alliance that has kept the peace for over 75 years could just break apart. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Top officials are saying this stuff out loud. The EU's own Commissioner for Defense put it bluntly. He said a US invasion of Greenland wouldn't just hurt NATO, it will be the end of NATO. I mean, the stakes just don't get any higher than that. So here we are, in this unbelievable, tense standoff. The world's closest allies are staring each other down in the ice. You have European troops on the ground, there to defend an ally's home, and you have the White House saying it still wants what it wants. It all comes down to one question: who is going to blink first? Right now, today, January 17th, 2026, nobody has the answer to that question. The only thing we know for sure is that the fate of a giant island and an incredibly powerful alliance is hanging in the balance.
This story is changing by the day, and you can bet we will be following every single twist and turn. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to America Current Affairs for more explainers on the huge events shaping our world.